Good morning, gardening friends. I'm Lark, and I'm in Wisconsin, Zone 5. This will probably be the last video of the veggie garden, at least up here by the raised beds on the west side of the house. This is my scarlet runner bean on an old reused gazebo canopy that I had on my deck. Scarlet runner bean has turned out to be one of my favorite ornamentals for a vine, and also for the edible beans. They are yummy. I pick them around this size. This one right here. Very good. So let's take a look at the veggie garden. It is getting ready to be, I'd say I have about 2 weeks worth of harvesting yet, if we don't get a frost, which will be nice. I like this fleabane. It's an herb, or a wild weed, some people call it. I like the white in the garden this time of the year. Plus it attracts a lot of bees and pollinating insects. I can hear them. My herbs, I've trimmed back most of them. Some are coming for a second time. Let's see. Chamomile's done over here, and I'm letting it reseed. Okay? I want it all in this area. Dandelion, I am letting grow. I use it for greens in my salad. I buy at my local organic store the dried dandelion greens for my tea. I have a couple cups of morning tea with dandelion, nettle, and peppermint. Amaranth, I'm still harvesting these young leaves for my salads. Basil, this one's opal, still harvesting that one. Verbena, Buenos Aires, just as an ornamental and a come again. Probably will get a lot of it in here next year, but that's okay. Attracts pollinators and beneficial insects. I still have my beets. These are bull's blood, I believe. And just some ornamental salvia. My wild marjoram is coming back after harvesting, and so is the peppermint. Still harvesting. Nasturtiums for my salads, and ornamental oregano. My sage I harvested a couple weeks ago. It's drying downstairs, but I leave a few sprigs in here. Well, you can see where it's coming back, but I leave a couple fresh plants here so I can use them in cooking. I tell you, I had a bad sinus cold type thing coming on, and I started to use, and a sore throat, sage, thyme, and rosemary, a strong tea infusion, and I gargled with it every half hour or so. Remember, I'm retired, so I can do that, but with you who work outside the home, as many times as you can, and it went away. Nasturtium flowers. I think it's in Rosemary Gladstar's book. No, I didn't use that as a gargle. Sorry. I used it as a tea infusion. I drank 3 to 4 times daily. Rosemary Gladstar's sore throat recipe I used to get rid of my sore throat. And that was, oh, you're catching me off guard here. Apple cider vinegar, cayenne pepper, sage, a strong infusion of sage. I think that was the main in her gargle. But I recommend her books. Her herbal recipes is a good one. I forget the name of the other one. I have two of them. And Bridgette Mars herbal book is another good one. Desktop herbal medicine, I think hers is called. Okay, onward. Calendula. I like the orange calendula the best, but the yellow's good too. That'll probably be coming up in here next year. I have a watermelon. Tiny, tiny watermelon. It is the sugar baby, but I don't think it's supposed to be that small. Okay, I'm waiting for the stem to dry up. The tendril has dried up, but I'm waiting for the stem. I still can fit my fingernail into the skin, so maybe it's not ready yet. I think they said when it's hard. Some basil, sweet basil, and chives. Still harvesting that. And then I have a cucumber in here yet too. Looking sad, because we have those darn squash bugs yet. See them? Oh, yuck. He gets squished. Okay, so I picked the other day, so here's one. This is a straight 8. No, Market More. Market More 76. Aren't you glad I don't do anything? Here's one that I am letting ripen. I have it on a board down here so the slugs don't get it. Market More 76. That I got recommended from, I think it's Bernard over at Navajo Pa. So that's pretty much it over here. And the comfrey, still cutting comfrey, making my oil infusions. I need probably a gallon's worth of infused oil to get myself and my family through the winter. Okay, onward. This is my raised bed. Oh, what did I have over here in herbs? Thyme. Oh boy, I cut it back and I sure hope it comes. Oh yeah, I see little greens. You won't be able to see, so tiny. But that's my thyme. I already dried some. And my spearmint. Still using that. Yep, for my mojito. Saturday night mojitos. And my Juliet. Cherry tomato. Getting blight. But it is, what, September 24th or so? I'm still getting tomatoes. They're doing good. Still giving me tomatoes. Look how tall it is, though. That is 10 foot. 10 foot greenhouse, and then it's hanging over another 3 feet. So I'll have cherry tomatoes for a while. Broccoli, got to pick that. Celery. I've been harvesting that all along. And yep, I have a step stool in there because then I can get my tomatoes. More nasturtiums. Poblano. As many of you had said, great year for peppers. I thought I was just doing good, but no, it is a great year. Oh, wow. Nasturtium's peeking up here. Probably, this is what, 3 foot high. It's reached into the peppers. Way too many cayennes, but I will dry them and be happy I did. I wanted only one plant and I ended up with several. Whoa, my red bell is developing. I've frozen maybe 20 peppers, maybe more. maybe 15 bells and poblanos I've been freezing. Italian roasters I've been freezing. These are the Italian roasters. They got a long way to go yet. I hope they make it for the before the freeze. Then I have, oh, that's borage coming up everywhere, but this is my lavender that I totally massacred. So we'll see if it comes back next year. All along this edge, you remember my lavender? I think it'll come back. If not, I'll start some more seeds. More nasturtiums. Parsley going to seed. Swiss chard. There's a red one back there too. I've been freezing that. My kale. Just had it this morning. Steamed some of it and then put my scrambled eggs over it. Now those are my bigger tomatoes, and it looks like I'll get a few more. The blight doesn't get to the tomato. Some nice size. That's super beef steak there. And this is the Amish paste. Really nice one. More broccoli. This makes it a little easier on this side so I can pick. I have some Mexican sunflowers in here. Again, I spread a lot of flowers in with veggies this year. The other side of my soyo cucumber, it's a long skinny one, but now they're getting deformed from the yucky leaves, the squash vine borer, and the cucumber beetle. But good enough. Oh, my friends, you know what I've been trying is having an excess of cucumbers. I've been slicing them very thin, you know, like 1/8 of an inch, and quick freezing them, single layer. And then I tried them after I froze them, just in my salad, and it worked good. Not too limp. Still had a crunch to them. More celery. More celery. There's potatoes in here. Certainly the potatoes down below are being challenged with how wet it is down where I planted them. So I don't have high expectations of my potatoes down there. These I put in late thinking. So we'll see. Some scallions, green onions. My beans I cut way back because I wanted the cucumber over there to get light. They look like they're coming back, but I have to start cleaning up this area. My carrots over here did not get enough sunshine. The best carrot harvest I've had so far is down in the bog garden where I have containers. So this trellis here, the cucumber gets high enough, it gets enough light, but this little trellis here, and then remember I had the sapling trees going up through it, and the beans, they were shading the cucumbers and the carrots. So I have to be more mindful of that next year. Oh, we got a few still coming. But anyways, the experiment with the freezing of cucumbers, because I like them on my salad, is working out nice. Berries, doing good. I have a couple layers. I had one layer of netting, and then the second flush of growth went through the netting, so I had to put other netting on so the birds didn't get it. And now the berries went through the second netting. So next year I am trying, well this fall, I'm going to try to hoop this and get it taller and see if that helps with my netting of berries. And then the other side of my entrance or exit of the veggie garden with the scarlet runner beans. And that's a do again. And I know you're not supposed to plant the same thing in the ground 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row. So I will just move the planting hole, I think, to the other side. You know, the other side of the chicken wire. But the flowers are so pretty. Any of you who have not grown it, try it. The hummingbirds love it. So if you like to have hummingbirds in your yard, they love it. The pollinators love it. And we love it. See the tiny beans? If it doesn't freeze, we're still going to be harvesting. This is today harvest. Again, this size. And this size here. Beans for lunch. Now this one here, this is a fatty, and I don't want that one. It might be too fat, which means the bean in there is hard. More amaranth, more calendula. This is lining the asparagus patch. I threw in calendula in here, in amaranth. And then in the middle of the asparagus is more comfrey. So gardening friends, that's my veggie garden over on the west side, raised bed. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, here's some Japanese red mustard that has reseeded itself, and I'm glad it did. I'm very glad it did, because I'm eating it later in the season now. And I want a raspberry. Okay. Bye-bye, gardening friends. I'm going to take you down to the bog garden, show you what's happening there. Have any of you grown a pepper called Carmen? I have 1 or 2 plants, very similar to, I think, an Italian roaster. But how do you guys like it? Take care, gardening friends. I'm so happy that you come and visit me. Bye-bye.